the last step. Three, two, one. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 344 of the Shower Podcast, the podcast where I'm in my shower and you do you. I'm your host, Chip, and today's episode is going to be part of the series of the Shower Diaries, an opportunity for you to learn about the intricacies and the production of the Shower Podcast and also get to know a bit more about me. Before we start, as usual, if you end up liking this episode, remember that liking and subscribing really mean a lot for me. They're just one click, but they really make the difference. Thank you very much for considering it. So, this kind of feeling and the whole topic that I'm going to discuss happened only two other times in my life. And they have been the moment when I was very, very close to graduating my university, first my bachelor and then my master's. Specifically, I would say I felt it even more during my master's, since the last step in that whole process was writing my thesis, which had quite a time span. So I think it was almost 6 months overall from start to finish. And overall, pretty easy. One task, even though hard, you go, you start it, you do it, and then you just complete the work. At the end of the day, you were concluding a journey that was almost 5 years long. And yet, the last step is the deadliest. It's the hardest. And it's a bit what I'm really feeling right now with the Shower Podcast. There are exactly 3 weeks left until the magical day 365. And on paper, I already have some topics that I can prepare for the weeks to come. We have our usual weekend drops at the end of the week and the recap episodes. We have this kind of insights. You've heard this story if you listen to previous episodes and overall know that at this point in time, let's say the Shower Podcast as a concept, as a production, has reached a very good maturity level. At the end of the day, it's been 1 year that I've been doing this every single day, so it makes sense. And yet, something inside of me is pulling me back from doing it. I really don't have a direct explanation. Maybe, if you're interested, we could have a discussion about it tomorrow in a dedicated episode. Let me know in the comments that is something that could interest you. And even if you don't, maybe I'll still do it. Because I would be kind of interested to know how this works. And mostly because it's so incredibly ineffective and frustrating, because you know what you have to do, you know that it's close, and my, let's say, initial explanation and something that I can just think out of my mind is the sense of not wanting something to finish and just holding on to it. Even though, as it was for the other examples that I gave you, and indeed also for the Shower Podcast, it was an insanely, let's say, high and complex process. It was not something that you just do overnight. There were a lot of sacrifices, a lot of choices to be made, and overall, on paper and in theory, you should be happy and you should be thriving to finishing something like this. And yet, this is the feeling. I'm sure that, again, super fixable and super easy. It's nothing dramatic. At the end of the day, I'm still here doing this episode. But you would need to trust me that I've been procrastinating doing this episode for the last 2-3 hours, even though I knew what I wanted to talk about, because, I had the feeling that I just described to you. Let's see. I would like to do a deep dive tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. And having said that, that was all for today. Thank you very much for listening. Let's say that if you will also listen to tomorrow's episode, it will be an objective take on today's episode, which I believe it's the perfect mix of the Shower Podcast. You have my takes, which are truly personal, based on experience, and then you have also the research part, where we actually try to understand and dig into these issues. If you made it so far, again, thank you very much. Feel free to interact with this content in any way, shape, or form by liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, following. Whatever works for you works for me. And as usual, stay consistent, stay resilient. This was the Shower Podcast, and I'll see you tomorrow.